Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Okay, 4th time's a charm. Let's tone the seethe down a little. In the West, JRPGs have had a pretty wild and tough road to go. For longtime fans of the genre, they can attest at how difficult it could be to get any game to release in the West. Oftentimes, only getting parts of beloved series to come out in the West. Critical reception would also be ruthless, if not culturally and racially insensitive.
And we all know who will replace us. India, that billion-strong faux vegetarian tech support call-taking behemoth of a nation. Or the Chinese. But certainly not Japan, because while they may be technologically advanced and financially powerful, they're already in decline. You want proof? Here's Baten Kaito's origins.
Yoshi P, the developer of Final Fantasy XIV, even recently expressed disdain for the term JRPG, citing negative connotations that it brought up for him from Western reviewers, using the term in a derogatory manner in the past. However, I want to say that I think JRPGs are suffering a new and different kind of issue from the review scene even now as the genre explodes. The advent of the influencer and content creator. It's given way to a desperate need to be at the tip of the spear when it comes to the latest trends or metrics. With this, almost everything that can be reviewed has fallen prey to outlandish and wildly exaggerated complaints, all in the effort to be more interesting or entertaining than the competition. The video becomes less about a showcase of the game and instead a glimpse of the theatrics you can expect from the reviewer. I'm fully aware of this, but I think JRPGs, even more so, have a rather unique problem in the West, and that is absolutely from the reviewer themselves. There's been countless examples I've even come across with video games as a whole, where a video game gets glowing reviews only to come to light when the community actually plays it that it's riddled with game-breaking issues in the later parts of the game. Reviewers are simply fulfilling contractual agreements when they accept codes from companies to produce content on the game and list it as a review. Cases such as the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remaster, port, whatever, just being legitimately broken, or Elden Ring being perfectly scored and reviewed on PC, a notably buggy mess at launch. I'm not trying to be mean here, but my own experience that caused me to make this video and take note of misleading reviewers came from when I recently reviewed Vernal Edge for the Nintendo Switch a couple months back. It's taken me quite a bit of time to calm down and really kind of organize my own thoughts on this, but it was a pretty fun and serviceable Metroidvania that just unfortunately has a game-breaking error with the second to last boss of the game. I was pretty blown away by this, and it became the first game I ever personally reviewed on the channel that was just borderline unfinishable. However, much to my surprise and dismay, reviews of the game were glowing and also even released before my video was out. This really just confirmed a lot of my suspicions, and I began to take note of how many even JRPG reviewers would openly admit that they're only playing fractions of the games they're reviewing, yet still trying to pawn it off as a review. I don't know if this is just me, but in every other form of media, something listed as a review means you have watched or played it till the credits are rolling. And listing something as a first impression sends a message to the audience that you've yet to complete it but want to share your thoughts on your experiences so far. I would go as far to say that JRPGs are habitually plagued by this on YouTube. Reviews hyper-fixate on non-issues or blatantly misleading their audience with a skewed perception of the game where they've maybe completed at most 3 hours of an otherwise 60-hour-long experience. I'm intimately aware of how people can take your content and change a little bit of the title or your words and list it as their own takes in their videos. Look, I cover pretty niche and forgotten games, so trust me, I notice when it happens to me. That's really not the issue. It's scummy, but hey, whatever. Here on YouTube, there are so many good and honest people that are pouring their heart and soul into a game with little to no recognition for their efforts. Some of the most passionate and knowledgeable fans of games languish in obscurity while bigger fish just farm their content for views. Is it disgusting? Absolutely. But I think fans of the JRPG review community need to realize that we now live in an era where there are major games releasing at a feverish pace, and this means that for an average consumer, it's literally impossible to keep up with the release schedule. We're also experiencing a rather nasty dip in the economy, with game prices rising to match the inflation. Reviewers have been granted a unique opportunity and trust from the respective viewer bases to where they have the honor of their viewers' trust. Don't abuse that trust by lying through omission of how long you're playing the games you're quote-unquote reviewing. Your audiences are going to understand if you say, hey, I'm 10 hours into this game and I think it's dog trash. Hey, I'm 15 hours into this and it's shaping up to be my game of the year. Algorithm be damned. You may be fulfilling a contractual agreement to farm content with a publisher, but in my opinion, you have a moral obligation to your viewers to not betray their trust by misleading them with your time spent with a game. JRPGs are mammoths. We all get that. No one will frown on your work if you're just honest. I'm not here to just condemn or complain. I have a solution to this growing problem for the community. If you're watching a review and they do not let you know their progress with a game, then ask them in the comments. If they have an issue with that, then they just have something to hide. Is it a perfect solution? No. People who lie for a living are going to continue to do so. But it can start to incorporate accountability into Western reviewers that I just think sorely missing. I love JRPGs with all my heart, but the desperate need for clout chasing is distracting from professionalism in this field. Reviewers, do better.